Now, I know what you're thinking, but DPZ, you just did a live stream on this episode review. True, but the problem was that it didn't exactly have the desired effect in that my internet was kind of working against me, and it was just kind of bugging out, and everyone was kind of complaining about the lag, which I could not control, so I apologize. But, yeah, I'm still trying, and I think I'm gonna wait to do like another live stream because there wasn't really much to talk about really with this episode. Nothing major, at least, with this episode. So hopefully, if I do decide to do another live stream, it'll probably be the end of the story arc with this anyway. So yeah, this is hopefully I can get that done. But yeah. So, for this episode, we have The Question, which is about a character named Vic Sage who goes on a journey to... Wait, no, that's not what we're talking about. that's not what we're talking about, sorry. But no, The Question pretty much picks up right where we left off, in that, Steven and Amethyst find Ruby, and she's with Greg, and Ruby's like, yeah, I don't need Sapphire, I'm totally fine! And I was like... Oh, you are not fine. That's a clear sign when you find someone who is like, yeah, I'm totally fine. I didn't need her. He or she needed me. I don't need him or her. I'm just gonna do me for a while. I was like, oh, you're not fine. Because the thing is that I've seen this in real life with family members and friends who've done the same thing, and they're like, I'm fine. I'm gonna go cry. So, I've seen this before. 11 times, actually. Anyway. Yeah, I just made that reference. So, anyway. Real quick, because I forgot to talk about this in the live stream. It was that, basically what had happened was that I forgot to talk about, you know, Greg didn't know that Rose was, Pink Diamond. He did not know that... And rather than make it a big thing, Greg is just like, I fell in love with Rose Quartz, and she fell in love with Mr. Universe. I didn't tell her that my last name was DeMeo. And, yeah, we just kind of fell in love with those people. And I was like, good on you, Greg, for not making this a emotional fuckwad, as everyone else is. So, good on you, Greg. Greg continues to be best character in the entire show. Yeah, Greg is best character. I think we can all agree that Greg is the best one here. Anyway, so, what was I gonna say? But yeah, Ruby's whole thing of, I'm fine, I'm totally fine, I'm fine. I'm like, you are not fine. You are not okay. I can see it on your face. And she's like, I'm just gonna, be a cowboy, yeah! And everyone's like, okay, just be a cowboy then. She gets to be a cowboy. Let's just let her work through stuff. Let's just indulge her. So, yeah, we get this weird Super Saiyan moment where Amethyst turns into a horse and they all ride out. And yeah, it's a neat little thing of basically everyone wants to be like, yeah, Steven's like, no, this is not okay. We need Garnet. And which is kind of understandable because Garnet was, for all lack intents and purposes, was a mother to him. And it's pretty much when Ruby and Sapphire are separated, it's kind of like, when a child is kind of talking to his parent, to his or her parent, when a child's talking to his or her parent about, why don't you call dad anymore, or why don't you call mom anymore? It's kind of one of those situations, which was interesting to note. They did this last time when Ruby and Sapphire unfused, but it was interesting to bring that up here again. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that I guess the comic was kind of a reference to Jonah Hex. I don't know, maybe I'm just too much of a comic fan to think anything other than Jonah Hex, really. It was also, I caught the little DuckTales reference with Dolphin Tale. I was like, you ain't slick, Rebecca Sugar. I know that's a DuckTales reference right there. With the Dolphin Tales comic thing. That was a neat little reference right there. So yeah, we are counting down to a wedding. We are counting down, Ruby asked Sapphire to marry her, which we all kind of knew we were going to get in this episode, or at least this story arc, because some toys from Cartoon Network, some keychains revealed, you know, Ruby as a bride and Sapphire as a groom, and that revealed it, along with a few other spoilers here and there. But that was kind of one of the major ones right there. Thankfully, they didn't spoil the whole rose quartz pink diamond thing, but they did spoil that for a future episode, which is, I think, going to be the big thing with this story arc. Which, by the way, is it just me, or have we been getting a lot of marriages, or, you know, fake-out marriages? I mean, first off, we had, you know, Kitty Pryde and Colossus not get married, and then, you know, Rogue and Gambit finally got married. You know, instead of Kitty and Colossus, it was a fake-out, and Rogue and Gambit finally got married. And then today, as of this recording, we had Batman number 50, which was the supposed marriage of Batman and Catwoman. But Tom King is an emotional anglerfish, in that he dangles a little bit of joy and happiness, and then clamps down with the jaws of despair. Yeah, that's what I call Tom King, the emotional anglerfish. So, yeah, we've been getting a lot of marriages, and hopefully Ruby and Sapphire won't be the same. Actually, you know what would be really cool? And I don't know how many guys who are out there right now who are listening are major fan art, do fan art. But what would be a really cool idea, and I'm just throwing this out here, just as an idea. You know what would be a really cool idea for a piece of fan art? A parody cover of Spider-Man Annual, of the Spider-Man Annual that was the issue where Peter Parker and Mary Jane got married. You know, with with Spider-Man standing next to Mary Jane, who's in her bridal gown, and with one side the superheroes and one side the villains. Maybe have like a parody cover of that, but with Ruby and Sapphire at the center, and you've got the crystal gems on one side, and all the evil gems like Yellow Diamond and Aquamarine and Jasper on the other side. Just food for thought. I think that'd be like a cool piece of fan art for someone to do. Like, if anyone's out there listening who's really good at doing fan art, I just gave you a really cool idea. You know, the Amazing Spider-Man Annual, but Steven Universe 5, which is kind of funny because I remember, and the Real Manos has this as a t-shirt, is the cover for a parody cover with Steven Universe characters, but with the cover for the Days of Future Past arc. So, yeah, I just kind of figured that would be kind of fun. It's just like it's with Ruby and Sapphire, and they're parodying the issue of Spider-Man and Mary Jane. That just kind of popped in my head as I was talking about this. But no, not much else to talk about. Ruby's song was fine, I guess. It really didn't stand out to me. I was just like, no, that was fun. That was a neat little one. That was a neat little song. But other than that, yeah, just waiting for the next few parts, because I think the next episode is the return of Bismuth and possibly Jasper. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.